they don't know the side of it that they're making deals. The state is making deals with a lot of these women to extract money from men. Tyrese don't stand a chance as a celebrity
No, he
because
don't.
they're going to drag it out and they're going to make everything his responsibility. A woman can take him to court for years and she won't have to pay a dime.
Yeah, and
So
that's what I'm saying, man. I call them they baby mama. Problem is, it's about the money, $60 billion. And
facts.
I'm trying to tell brothers, men, everybody that we need to call this out. We have the power to make change, but a lot of us don't want to be involved because they say, "Well, I don't want to make it worse than it have to be." And I'm like, how could it get any worse if you not being allowed to be a father or your son
Facts.
with you because she said so? And I'm telling men to call it out. You got them receipts, call it out. You know,
Mhm.
stop being quiet. Stop sitting back, just going with the code and riding the go along, get along train. And that's what I'm saying. But they sit back and say, I hate. And I'm like, nah, I don't hate. I'm telling you, these baby mama tears are destroying our youth. And
Yeah.
will be destroyed because of lack of fathers. You
Yeah.
know, it's sad. It's very sad.
That's gonna be a hard pill for them to swallow, because they don't listen to the kids. The children in that situation, all you gotta do is listen to the rap music. All you gotta do is listen to when they get in trouble and they go into those counselors and they tell them, "I don't feel like nobody loved me. I don't feel like I was accepted." They tell the truth, and this is learned behavior. Where does a child learn that they're not loved? That's because they can see two adults fighting over them. One adult is trying to just be there, and even in my situation, with me and this young lady split up, it was World War III. This woman was on a golf course, not a golf course. She's on the back of a lake. All my kids in private school, everything else. But then, once I didn't want the relationship anymore, shit, I'm a deadbeat all of a sudden. I'm like, what?
That's what I'm saying. Fair relationship.
It,
Fair.
it, make, it makes no sense. These labels are just to embarrass a man into doing something.
Yep.
And I was the type of man, I'm like, fuck that. Ain't no way you're going to tell me I'm a deadbeat when I paid for these kids' private school. Everything that they ever did, she didn't have a job. So I don't
Mhm.
care about your labels. This is real life. This is facts. And I always understood, in dealing with women and being an adult, that a lot of women are walking around with daddy issues. They
Hmm.
feel like their dad didn't love them. That's because the parents was fighting. I never wanted that for my children. And I would always try to tell women, like, look, regardless of how mad you get
Same here.
at a man,
Yep.
and I tell this to men too, because I know some men that got custody of their kids, and I'll check them too. Look, the woman is not there. I don't care if she cheated. I don't care if she's on drugs. I don't care whatever is going on. That child don't have nothing to do with that.
Right. And you shouldn't put that in their head. You should manipulate
Right.
them out. Let them see for themselves. But unfortunately, when it comes to these terrorists, they will. I know there's so many kids right now that hate their father and don't even know why. This is what
Right.
mama saying. Then when they get grown, they go through the same thing. They mama telling them, "Oh well, why you want to fight to get custody of your kid? Why you going to court? Why you trying? Let her have it. She buried him." And then he like, "What the fuck?" Then he
Hmm.
realized his daddy was the reason. The reason why his daddy ain't in the picture is because of her. And then a lot of
Right.
sons, wealthy sons hate their mother. Don't fool with her.
Hmm.
A lot of relationship with the father is too late.
Yeah. And a lot of that, those little boys, you can see the way that they respect women now. They turn hateful and resentful towards women because of what some of the mothers do and run their fathers off. And a lot of the little girls not going to give respect to their mothers because of what they did to their biological father. A
Right.
lot of these women, they take no slack off the biological father, but then they go get a dude that don't do nothing.
Hmm.
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of these men have baby mamas with girls that they go get a dude that just sit on the couch, or they'll get money from them.
Cal's gang.
Yeah, it's a real thing. Like
It's a real thing.
it's dudes bragging about sleeping with
Yeah.
dudes girls with no money.
And he
Wow.
around the kid more than the father.
Yeah, have access to your children, and then see that's what men get mad at the most. It's
Yeah.
like no man of mine paying child support, especially if it's a fair child support, and if the woman is doing the right thing by it. I don't think most men would mind. I mind going to court and having to pay these white folks. Like my baby mama got less money than I was already giving her, and I'm like, you left
Same
me
here.
with, yeah,
I'm here. I'm
you
like,
left me with I got lawyer fees for myself. I got lawyer fees that you don't want to pay, and you took me to court. It's like this was stupid. At the end of the day, you losing out. And
Yep.
then now my kids are frustrated. So it's just it's a lose-lose when you go this route.
The
Don't nobody care about your kid.
and that's why I say the child lose all the way. The fathers lose because we ain't around to see them grow up and try to raise them the way they should be raised. But the child really lose because, like I said, they lost in the world. They not grown. We able to survive. We grown. We know
Mm-hmm.
what to do and not to do. They don't know. They only
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure the mom gonna say stay strong and independent. And
Mm-hmm.
hey, this is why our boys are emotional, weak, they reactive, and that's why a lot of them are set up for failure to this day.
Mm-hmm. That's why the young ladies are over sexualized. They don't know.
Oh, of
They
course.
don't know their place. They don't know their purpose because they never had a man treat them with respect without asking nothing in return. A
Right.
father is the first man that's going to pour love into their child without asking nothing in return. We're going to be the first man that's going to tell you the truth. It might hurt them little feelings, but a man is going to wipe them tears and say, hey, look, I'm telling you this because I love you.
Right.
And they'll be able to discern between what's love and what's not, what's hurting your feelings and what's not. We got a lot of women out there now that everything hurts their feelings because they never been told by a man, hey, you know, you're wrong on this one.
Right.
And that's what we got to get back to. Everybody can stand a correction, even myself.
Do you think that's been an issue with women and this whole women can't or won't take accountability is because they didn't have fathers to show them what correction really looks like?
I think it's part of it
Mm-hmm.
because there's some mothers out there that do a great job of correcting and doing things like that because of their own experience. But it's definitely a good balance for a woman having a man around. I noticed dating women that had a father, they were less emotional. They've heard some of the things that I'm saying. They didn't take so much offense to me
Right.
saying something. Opposed to some of these women, they've been hearing nothing but who run the world, girls, and
Girl.
all these things right here. So they're coming with that type of energy every
Mm-hmm.
time you have a conversation with them. It's offensive to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of women who's raised with their father, they're more understanding. They're more actually they not much of a emotional like that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they don't take things to heart like that. So I don't care what society tells you. They lie to you when they said fathers are not important, fathers not needed. They're only good for a check. Uh, that's the worst thing they ever did. But again, you got to thank government daddy for that, and for these feminist people with the ideology to fall for it.
Yeah.
Well, it's the best thing they ever did to get the goal that they're trying to get accomplished.
Yeah,
The prisons have become the open market. They're on the open market,
slave.
and they definitely know that these emotional males that don't have discernment of a father that
Right,
let them know you ain't the biggest dog in the yard.
right,
You know what I mean? And if you don't have that, then you're gonna have an emotional male, and that male is gonna go to prison. He's
right,
not going to be able to handle breakups. He's not going to be able to handle a job
Mm-hmm.
situation where a white man is talking to him. A lot of things are going to be stress and hardships in their life because they never had somebody to tell them, hey, look, that ain't something you're supposed to be worried about. And sometimes us as little boys, we start feeling ourselves. We need somebody to smack us on the back of the head and say, no, that ain't it.
right. Well, unfortunately, government. And I want people to understand that when they say this system is broken, this system is not broken. It's the way they want it to be.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's not broken. It's the way
Mm-hmm.
they design it, and it's the way they're gonna keep it as long as they reap the benefits off your pain.
Right. It's a well-oiled machine the way it is.
It's a
Men are going to go to prison. The women are going to keep saying they don't like men and don't want men, don't need a man, but have a bunch of babies by them. It's kind of weird to say you don't want a man, but you keep showing up pregnant.
Well,
and,
that's a good point.
and you keep getting this child support. So
Right.
Yeah.
I'm independent, but send the check.
I'm independent. You're right.
I'm independent, but send that check every month.
Right.
Right.
No,